Hey, sis. Hey, sis. Hey, this is Tanya. Welcome back to my podcast, Hey, Sis Arise, episode 3. Thank you so much for tuning back in. I am excited that you're here. I am excited to be here. I'm excited to be on my third episode. I hope you're happy for me. I again appreciate all of your support of tuning in and listening to all of the information that I'm so excited to bring to this platform and share with you. Last episode, we discussed psyche and spirituality, and sis, how both psyche and spirituality correlates. Sis, we unpacked psyche and its definition, i.e., the totality of our minds, souls, and spirits. If I can elaborate on that definition a little bit, sis, I would like to add that our psyches are everything us. You, me, we, them, they, she, the frequencies. All the stuff, sis. Wait, did I just say frequencies? Yes, sis. I just said frequencies. Sis, my jam, you all know my juice is psyche. However, you had to know that at some point I was going to pivot deeper. Frequencies. Okay, sis, your girl is about to float on the nerdy lake for some of you. Funny enough, I am smiling from ear to ear. Frequencies are just as vast as my favorite word, psyche. Let me start by chopping it up scientifically. Sis, our brain waves are electrical activities used to communicate to our bodies. For example, when we are cozy and all tucked in our beds, sleeping like a bear, delta waves are actively communicating to our bodies, quote unquote, deep sleep. It's just saying deep sleep. You know, when you wake up feeling well rested and refreshed, cis delta waves are measured approximately from 0.5 to 4 hertz. That's HERTZ. Sis, I promise I will regain my aura after this. But this is important, so please stay locked in with me. Next, theta waves are our brain's frequencies when we are meditating or even drifting off to sleep, like during yoga class, or lying in the sun on a sandy beach while listening to the crashing waves. Oh my God, that sounds amazing right now. But those are theta waves. You're kind of there, you're not there, you're drifting into sleep, you're awake, you can hear the waves, kids playing, people chattering. That's theta. Theta waves, sis, are measured in hertz from 4 to 8. After that, there's alpha waves, which is what I covet. I covet alpha waves. Alpha waves, sis, are frequencies of calmness and relaxation. Man, I wish I can maintain a frequency of alphaness. So alpha waves, sis, are 8 to 12 hertz. Moving on to beta waves. Beta waves are where my brain is currently, actually. It's where I am focused and alert as I write and record this podcast. I'm thinking, I'm alert, I'm jotting down notes. So my brain is currently in the beta wave approach. And says beta waves range from 12 to 30 hertz. Lastly, gamma waves are electrical activities in our brains which take place when we are highly focused or processing. And you might be asking or saying to yourself, shouldn't she be in gamma wave activity? And sis, I've already said, I love this kind of stuff, so it doesn't take much effort for me to think. It just rolls off my tongue. This type of scientific, psychological psyche stuff is it's my jam. So now I don't think I'm in gamma. It's a lot of fun for me. Cis gamma is measured, believe it or not, between 30 and 100 hertz. So yeah, I'm not that locked in. I'm not that serious. This, like I said, is fun stuff for me. Since all of these frequencies or electrical activities are a part of our psyches, hence why our psyches are so vast and extremely significant. Since I believe we should be aware of our psyches at all times. I understand that we cannot measure the hertz of our psyches or frequencies at any given time unless we are connected to brain wave leads in a neurology lab or clinic. However, sis, we can gauge how we are feeling, showing up, adjusting as we navigate throughout our days from meeting to meeting, environment to environment, task to task, or encounter to encounter. Sis, you may have to do some transmutation. What's transmutation, Tanya? Thank you for asking, sister. Transmutation is the practice of changing negative energies or frequencies into positive energies or frequencies. And you might be saying, well, how? Glad you asked, sis. You can transmutate by practicing intentional prayer, intentional mindfulness, intentional meditation, and intentional breathing. That transmutation practice will bring you back into a state of groundedness, centeredness, calmness. Hey, you may even reach that beta stage. And when we have to do that, doing the work is intentionally doing it, not ignoring our body's communication center, but stopping whenever we get a free moment, even if you have to go into the bathroom, close the door, and take 10 intentional deep breaths or say a 45-second prayer, however that may look, sis. So moving right along, our heart rates. Normal hertz is approximately 1 to 2, sis. 1 to 2. And that's the reason why I shared the other values of the hertz when our brainwave activities are engaging in different practices from sleeping to relaxing to being anxious. Because if you compare, say, the 12 to 30 or the 4 to 8 to 1 to 2, that's our normal hertz for heart rate. So some of us where our heart rate is always racing and you can hear our heart rate at night beating through our chest cavity, or while you're in the car, you could feel your shirt kind of vibrating a little because your heart is beating. Some transmutation is needed, sis. Some groundedness, some recentering, some deep breathing intentionally is definitely needed to get our normal heart rates to a hertz of 1 to 2. Now, in saying all of that, sis, our heart rates will fluctuate in that hertz range of 1 to 2 with exercise and even higher stress levels. We just need to be our own, assessor and assess why our heart rates are elevated when they are. That normal level is maintained while we are relaxing or intentionally staying in the present and being aware. Again, sis, frequencies are vast, massive, and very significant to our psyches, therefore daily existence. Our very voices create frequencies that are also measured in hertz. Isn't that interesting? Sis, have you ever heard someone say something along the lines of elevating or raising their vibrations? What they're saying is they're trying to maintain a sense of balance, i.e., body, soul, heart, and mind. Now, that may be a spiritual approach. However, scientifically, what that means is a state of homeostasis. Sis, homeostasis is balance, total balance of our organs, our minds, our brains, our central nervous systems, all the stuff, sis. All the stuff. Quite interesting, isn't it? Well, there's more. Yes, that was the scientific approach to frequencies. However, I believe most of us hang out or are more attuned to the metaphorical side of our frequencies. The metaphorical side of our frequencies is the emotional and psychological. You know, sis, our affect, that's affect, AFFECT, which is our moods, our feelings, our worldviews, our outlooks, like quote unquote high frequency or quote unquote low frequency. And sis, this metaphorical, i.e., emotional and psychological states aren't able to be measured in hertz. Boom! Mind blowing. I said all of the scientific stuff. I shared all of the scientific stuff and the hertz and their values. And then I get to the deep me, you, us, we, emotional, psychological. And it's unable to be measured in hertz, sis. That says so much. That's a podcast all by itself. All by itself. As to why we cannot measure our affect, mood, feelings, emotional state, psychological state. It is so, like, I can go on now for another half hour or longer. It's so ironic that these psychological and emotional states of high frequency, which can be love, joy, or calmness, and low frequency, which can be anger, anxiety, or stress and fear, are immeasurable. Isn't it ironic to you as well, sis? These mental states are fluid and can be altered at any given moment. Therefore, sis, being aware of our emotions is one thing, but allowing our emotions to weigh us down can be detrimental to what is important, which should be our overall mental states, our mental health, our homeostatic awareness of being. Oh, sis, let me repeat that. These mental states are fluid and can be altered at any given moment. Let's stop right here, sis, and just take a deep breath of 7 seconds in, hold it for 7 seconds, and release for 7 seconds. Just one. Here we go, starting now. Breathe in, 7 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release with everything you have in you, sis. Drop your shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you, sis, for doing that with me. I will proceed. Being aware of our emotions is one thing, but allowing our emotions to weigh us down can be detrimental to what is important, which should be our overall mental states, our mental health, our homeostatic awareness of being. Sis, this places the pretty bow on top of my gift-wrapped, nerdy, geek-filled take on our psyche and our frequencies. Why they go hand in hand are quite significant. Sis, I think about the book of Genesis and the Holy Scriptures, which states, and I paraphrase, before the earth was created or formed. Speaking of God, hovered, or some versus say God was hovering. Sis, that's like just being. God just being there. It's like a frequency, a force, a power that may. I don't know if you've been in a room or around someone that was dripping in good energy or frequency. It's like that person or persons made you feel bright and light and like you can do anything you put your mind to because of the positive vibe or energy that person was exuding. On the flip side, sis, hopefully not all of you, but I am sure some of you have been around a person or persons that dripped negative or low frequencies and you wanted to run for the hills. You see the differences? Though science has not done a lot of research on spiritual frequencies up until recent, sis, the big neuroscience movement that's up and coming, I believe it's throughout our holy scriptures and not in a woohoo kind of way, but a generational, intergenerational, transgenerational way. More so in a psyche or mental health and awareness approach as a mental health liaison and worker. Since our mental states many times overflow into our spiritual spaces, attacking our God given spirits, therefore images, and misconstruing our homeostatic hurts and minds, i.e., our temples, our bodies. Our temples, sis, were created to house, to mirror, to personify the image of God, balancing or bringing into daily rhythms our psyches, our frequencies, and God-given images by doing the work and praying, meditating, being mindful, and aligning our frequencies with God's frequency. Spirit will result in vibrational levels and rhythms that can only create wholeness and freedom. Sis, that was a lot, and I'd like to repeat it. I'm glad I wrote it down because I'd like to repeat that. That's heavy, that's weighty, but it's so good. So I'm going to go back up to where I said, though science has not done a lot of research on spiritual frequency. We have the pull and the tug between spiritual and science, Christianity and science, psychology, and Christianity, all of the stuff. However, thankfully, recently, when I say recently, I'm speaking of, a decade or more, maybe 20 years, neuroscience has come on the scene. And many of our doctors and psychologists and psychiatrists and neuroscientists and all of that are doing studies understanding exactly what I'm sharing with you today. And as I stated, I believe though frequencies and spiritual frequencies has not been a thing in the lab, I believe throughout our holy scriptures, it has been there. The spiritual frequency of our Heavenly Father, of our Savior. And I'm not trying to become mystical, sis. And it's not what I stated previously in a woohoo kind of way, but a generational, an intergenerational, a transgenerational way. More so in a psyche or mental health and awareness approach as a mental health liaison and worker. Since our mental states many times overflow into our spiritual spaces, attacking our God-given spirits, images, therefore misconstruing our homeostatic hurts and minds and bodies, therefore, i.e., our temples. Our temples, sis, were created to house, to mirror, to personify the image of God. Balancing or bringing into daily rhythms our psyches, our frequencies, and our God-given images by doing the work and praying and meditating and being mindful and aligning our frequencies with God's frequency, i.e., spirit, will result in vibrational levels and rhythms that can only create wholeness and freedom. I'd like you to stop there and just take it in and take a deep breath and let that settle, sis, for all of us. So, sis, what's your frequency? If you were to be honest, are you cool, calm, and collected and grounded? Are you running here and there with no end, no beginning? Are you flying by the seat of your pants? Or sis, are you intentionally arising every new morning with good vibrations and intentions to maintain balance, groundedness, and homeostasis? Sis, are you looking intently at your image maker so that you can personify his holy image? Sis, that's my desire for me and you. So as we are more mindful of what lies underneath, like the iceberg theory, and have the tools to navigate more effectively on a psychological, spiritual, and mental framework, let's walk alongside one another as pillars of grace and beauty. Hey, sis, let's arise. So, sis, thank you for tuning in today. I hope this podcast enlightened you in some area or areas of your life where you can continue your work on your journey. As I close, sis, I would love to seal this episode with intentional affirmations from your sister to all of you. Hey, sis, balance. Hey, sis, breathe. Hey, sis, pray. Hey, sis, meditate. Hey, sis, be present. Hey, sis, be mindful. Hey, sis, be still. Hey, sis, reflect. Hey, sis, heal. Hey, sis, love. Hey, sis, laugh hard. Until next time, sis. Hey, sis, arise. Bye for now.